Welcome to the Building and Growing podcast. We're delighted to have Ammar who is the founder of Finalrentals, with us here today. Welcome, Ammar.
Thank you very much, Lucas. It's such a pleasure, being here, and really looking forward to this, conversation.
You're most welcome. I think you may have the record for the person who's travelled the longest distance to get to the studio, because you've come from Cardiff today.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Took a quick train from Cardiff Central to Paddington. But yeah, really, really happy to see you face to face finally.
Yes,
and really looking forward to this.
That's it. Likewise, Ammar. So thank you so much for taking the time.
Pleasure.
Look, let's dive straight into it. It'd be great, just to talk to the audience a little bit about your background. So just let's kick off by you telling us about yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. So, as you have mentioned, I'm the founder and CEO of Finalrentals. So I come from Pakistan. So I moved out of Pakistan in 2006 to Dubai.
Nice.
With a Dubai dream to do something.
Yes.
And my first job, ironically, was to build a website for Budget Rent-A-Car. So
okay.
Budget is a huge brand.
Indeed.
And it was coming to the Middle East. It was the first time they were coming in the Middle East. And I was this young web developer who can just build anything that you would ask him to. So I was working on this project for like a couple of years. We had many iterations.
Yes.
And for me, it was just a project. You're building a project, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're building a website, e-commerce website for car rentals. And we launched the website and we had a booking in like 3 hours.
Wow.
I was like, wow, that is interesting. I thought people will only buy T-shirts and shoes online.
Indeed.
But they also rent cars. And then, fast forward, I became this go-to guy in the industry in Dubai, in Middle East, to build these mobility, if you say, mobility and sites for car rentals.
Okay.
And I went on making solutions, high-end solutions, enterprise solutions for enterprise, budget, thrifty, Avis, Payless, you name it. And I've worked with them in some capacity. Worked also as a CIO for like so many years.
Okay.
And while I was reaching that level of, success in terms of technology and enterprise solution sales, something that just struck my mind, and that was the moment I discovered this thing called Finalrentals.
Yes. Fantastic. Well, look, I think it sounds like, you started off building these websites back when transaction values were low on the internet, whereas now, everything is done digitally and there's no sort of, no end as to how large an e-commerce transaction can be.
Yeah, absolutely. So imagine, 2006-07, still, nascent, days for e-commerce.
Yeah.
Let's say in the world that is outside America.
Yeah.
We still didn't have Amazon in the UAE at that time.
Indeed.
Amazon came like in 2014-13, right?
Yes.
So it was new. It was a new thing. Still, people will buy online. Mm-hmm. I still remember our corporate meetings where we will talk about if someone will use a credit card online or not.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And, talking with all those payment gateways, and they were still quite corporate.
Yes.
Offered by the big banks.
Indeed.
So it was a different zone, really, different times.
Yeah.
And it's interesting to see, how it's grown now. We have meta search platforms for car rentals.
Yeah.
We have Kayak, the Sky Scanners.
Yes.
Now we have Booking.com also offering car rentals.
Indeed.
And not just hotels. So the industry really has grown like, I would say 20x in terms of online presence.
Indeed. And look, you've carved a really good niche in the industry. You've worked with most of the players, and then, you created Finalrentals. Do you want to talk us through what initial problems you set out to solve when you founded the company?
Yeah, absolutely. So Finalrentals is almost 4 years old as a company.
Mm-hmm.
But I always tell my peers and my colleagues, it's not 4 years old, it's 14 years old.
Yeah.
Because the idea has been with me since 14 years.
Okay.
Right. So while I was in the mid journey in terms of doing these, platforms for all these big companies, I was always observing like what they do in terms of, what they do at the counter.
Yes.
Or how do they deal with the digital shift or this e-commerce and digitization, right?
Mm-hmm.
And funny enough, in COVID times, we always talked about transformation.
Yes.
This is transformation, tech transformation,
Yeah.
digital transformation in many companies.
Mm-hmm.
But for car rental, I could see that happening like in all those years.
Yeah.
And I was always asking, okay, so you have this big company, big car rental, 30 locations,
Yes.
thousands of people, thousands of cars, and they struggle to understand to give that best experience to the user, right? And they also struggle to win a customer like online from Google, from Facebook, from different platforms.
Yes.
And they connect through API and all that.
Yes.
So I was always asking, what will a local player do? Let's say, okay, I understand we are in London, so we will have enterprise, budget, and all these places
Yes.
around us. What will a Lucas car rental do?
Yeah,
Right?
indeed.
Who has 40 cars, 50 cars? Is he only relying on Google My Business listing and phone calls and walk-ins?
Yeah,
Like, what will they do? Like, how will they handle this? Because in future, everything will be online.
indeed.
Nobody will walk in. Come on, it will be like outdated.
That's
It's
right.
it's not cool.
Yes.
So what will happen to them? And then I set out on this journey. I had access to data, and I discovered something phenomenal. That half of this industry, more than half of this industry, is comprised of local players.
Wow, that's incredible.
Sarah's car rental, Simon's car rental, Lucas car rental,
Yeah.
around the world. And I was like, wow, this is incredible. I can help these guys.
Yeah.
I can unlock e-commerce for them,
Yes.
right? So on average, today, we have 294 locations around the world in 32 countries. On average, a local guy is making £15,000 to £95,000 a month
Yes.
using our solution.
Fantastic. Yeah.
The revenue that was not there for them before.
Wow. So that's
Undiscovered
incremental revenue.
Yeah, it's like
Wow.
creating a new market.
Yeah, indeed.
Market that was not there before.
Yes.
And I find myself in a spot, when my investors ask me, so how big is the market? So I'm like, I'm actually creating a market.
Yes.
So how?
Yes.
So what do you mean? I mean, this market is worth $120 billion a year. Okay, but this $120 billion is off the books.
Yes.
That you can imagine, like budget, Avis, all the big players, and then the tier 2 players, tier 3 players.
Yes.
And I'm sure the likes of these big data search firms, they don't reach the local player.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
And that's where I'm reaching, and I'm creating this new market.
Yes.
Right? So it has incredible potential. And when I work with these local players and when I see them growing their fleet, you're like, wow, man, this is incredible that we are creating this, let's say, a Shopify-like system that is especially made for car rentals.
Yes. Yeah. Fantastic. And so, look, I think it's fantastic that you're addressing the problem of the fragmentation of the market. You're building, a one-stop shop essentially for these companies to join you and then distribute online. Are you able to talk us through the process of what it means for these, let's say, Lucas Car Rentals to become a franchisee, what that then unlocks for them and their customers?
So just imagine, Lucas Car Rentals, let's say somewhere in downtown Cardiff, right?
Yes.
So what will happen is, I'm sure, you'll have your own website or maybe a landing page that doesn't really convert. It's just there for the business card.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So what we do is we will take all your inventory and we will list that inventory on our platform.
Yeah.
Which is called local onboarding. So the local onboarding, you'll be online on our platform.
Yes.
You'll also have your .co.uk/Cardiff website
Yes.
and landing page, which you can control. You can control entirely.
Wow.
The
Okay.
content, the fleet, the prices, and everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can see how many bookings you're getting. You'll have a CRM.
Yes.
And then we will take that page and we say, oh, okay, great. We will then list that page also on our .com marketplace.
Okay.
So we'll
yes.
also have a .com.
Yes.
That connects all the TLDs, all the local locations, right?
Yeah.
So you'll get bookings from our .com site and also our application, right? And then that Cardiff inventory also is then exposed to all our third-party players,
Okay.
such as Booking.com, VIP Cars, Discover,
Yeah.
Skyscanner,
Yeah.
Kayak. So
Far
you will.
out.
So if someone is searching online on Kayak,
Yes.
Cardiff Central Car Rental, they will see our logo, Finalrentals Cardiff,
Yeah.
and they'll make a booking.
Fantastic.
But that booking will be for Lucas.
Yes.
That's how it
yeah,
works.
That's excellent. And you mentioned, let's say, specific geographies, for example, Cardiff. Do you operate with an exclusivity model? How does that work when you've got multiple, let's say, players within one geography?
So that's a fantastic question. So the idea behind Finalrentals is that I want to create value, right? That's our foundation.
Yes.
Also, you create value for the local players, right?
Mm.
We have also ring-fenced all the vision and mission in this value.
Yes.
So we will never bring a competitor within the same radius,
Yeah.
within
yeah.
the same city center.
Yes.
We don't want to do inter-brand cannibalization,
Indeed.
right?
Indeed.
Because then it will just work like any other fish market. and we don't want to do that. So we give you exclusive rights within your region.
Yeah.
And we want you to grow, do whatever you can, increase your fleet,
Yes.
bring in more leasing options, work
Yes.
with insurance, make your company better.
Sure.
So what I'm doing right now is I'm not just this entrepreneur who says, I'm going to add these locations and then thank you very much.
Yeah.
I'm also helping the local player become an entrepreneur.
Yeah. Yeah.
So before joining Finalrentals, they are just working like any other small business owner who is sitting on the till.
Yes.
But when they join our ecosystem, not only we give them sales, bookings, and the website and app access,
Yes.
we also give them a mindset,
Indeed.
a mindset of growth,
Yes.
right? Because this is your location. Do not worry. I will never bring a competitor
Yeah.
nearby. Let's rock this area. This is your area.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
own us in this area. So it's like that.
Fantastic. And how do you attract the right franchisees?
It is very difficult because when you are starting, right? So when you are starting, you have 5 locations, you have 10 locations, you will speak with anybody, right?
Yeah.
Anybody
Yeah.
can come and you say, yeah, sure, you can join Finalrentals. So as a franchisee business model, a company who is franchising its software, right? It is difficult. You have phases. The first phase is you want to prove your business model.
Yeah. Yeah.
Once it's proven, then you want to consolidate.
Yes.
Then you want to control the quality.
Uh-huh.
Because people are looking at my logo.
Yes.
They're not looking at Lucas Car Rental. They look at Finalrentals, and when something goes wrong, they'll go on Trustpilot and they'll find me,
Yeah.
Finalrentals,
Indeed.
and they'll say it was horrible
Yeah.
or it was great, right?
Yes.
So we do a lot of interviews, a lot of meetings, a lot of demos. We want to understand what you think as a car rental owner, what's in it for you, what's your plan for the future, and again the question comes down to why.
Uh-huh.
So why do you have this business? Why not something else? Why not boat rentals?
Yes.
Why car rentals? What's your vision for it? And most of these companies, most of the local players, they're doing it. It's also like it's our business, it's our family business.
Yes.
So we are doing it, from 2 generations or 3 generations.
Yeah.
So they have been doing this business for generations.
Yeah.
Family-owned businesses, right? And I personally really like those businesses because they have legacy,
Yeah.
they have substance, right? And they have some purpose.
Yes.
Because my father was doing it, my grandfather was doing it, I'm also doing it, and I want to take it to the next level,
Yeah.
right? And such entrepreneurs are fantastic because then when they have a chat with me face to face or on Zoom,
Yeah.
right, I'm able to give them this different angle on scale,
Yes.
right, which they don't really hear.
Indeed.
I mean, they don't watch YouTube videos of
Yeah.
some of the best speakers or something. So when they meet me face to face or on Zoom, they're like, wow, this is interesting. I never thought about like that, and I will unlock this new potential. Wow, this is brilliant.
Yeah.
So again, it takes time to get the right partner, but once you have the right partner, you'll see that it grows really, really fast because e-commerce has a lot of potential for car rentals.
Yes.
Honestly, we still haven't unlocked. The world still hasn't really unlocked the car hire potential. Okay, yes, hotels, places, the Airbnbs and all, that is there.
Yeah.
But nobody has done much work for car rentals, I'll be honest with you. It's mostly subscriptions.
Indeed.
Yeah, subscribe to a car and leasing and all.
Yeah.
But for spot rentals, short term, nobody has done any work, innovation, technology, and I think we are on the right path on that.
Yeah, fantastic. And so then just diving a little bit deeper there, when it comes to, you've identified the right sort of franchisee, what does the commercial partnership then look like between the franchisee and Finalrentals?
So once we identify that this partner is great, and they also feel that they're happy to have Finalrentals, they understand what's in it for them,
Yeah.
what they are signing up for. We make everything transparent, right? So then the next step is signing the licensing deal, right? They will use our logo
Yes.
on their location, the branding information,
Yes.
which is minimal for single location. It can be bigger for multi-location company. It depends on how big of a company you are.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then once they onboard everything, and then they go live. So you can go live on Finalrentals in 3 weeks.
Yeah. Wow. So you've got, I suppose, like a franchisee commercial agreement, a marketing commercial agreement, when it comes to, let's say, these sales that you're bringing them from, say, meta searches like Booking.com and Kayak, do you also take a percentage of those sales?
Yes, absolutely. So we keep it very simple. So we take a percentage of sales from any platform, right, that happens under the brand name Finalrentals.
Yeah.
Right? We keep it very simple.
Yes.
Right? So that's our percentage.
Yeah.
And there's a very small fee to own our license.
Yes.
Of our brand, our colors, signage, and all those things.
Yeah.
And that is paid yearly. So we don't really, want to make a dent on their pocket. And that price also is paid on monthly basis. It can be broken down.
Yes.
If the partner is great, they have great operation.
Yeah.
Right. We are quite flexible.
Yes.
Right. All we want is a great partner with great cars, great location, and that's it.
Fantastic. And you mentioned that the partners get access to a CRM.
Yes.
It'd be great to understand sort of how you've structured that, whether, you use one CRM so that you've got insights over the whole portfolio that you're then able to, not necessarily say, hey, look, franchisee A has done this, franchisee B, you've got to do the same, but maybe extract those insights and share learnings.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have micro CRMs for every location.
Yeah.
And because I come from the car rental background.
Yeah.
So it is designed for a car rental guy.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So he'll see the bookings, customer information, all the legal stuff, driving license and all that, and then that's it, right? And they can have this booking, right?
Yeah.
And of course, we also have insights of every single thing.
Fantastic.
Right? It's called Blade platform, right?
Okay.
So everybody will get a Blade CRM.
Yes.
Right? And then we have Blade Pro that we use to check every single location.
Yes.
Right? And we have real-time revenue reports.
Fantastic.
So from every location.
Yeah.
So we can see how a location is performing.
Yep.
And right now we are working on an AI tool internally, right, which will also map the whole user journey.
Wow. Okay.
So a user searched for Morocco.
Yeah.
He went to Casablanca.
Yes.
He selected a Nissan, for example, Tida, but he did not book.
Okay.
For example, or he booked. And how many times that happens, right?
Yes.
What was the problem?
Yeah.
Was it the price? So we are now, searching every single thing, and this whole data is anonymous data.
Yes.
There's no profiling of name of the customer.
Yeah.
But we are using this to create the world's only and the best AI modeling for car rentals.
Fantastic.
Right? And it's called Phantom.
Phantom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Project
Excellent.
Phantom, because it works in the background.
Yeah.
It's like
indeed.
a phantom, right?
Indeed.
So we are very excited about that.
Nice. And look, you mentioned pricing. It's one of my favorite topics, because when you think about it, if you go into a hotel, if you're going to book tonight, they're going to charge you a dynamic price. They think you're a business traveler. You're either going to pay a lot of money or you're going to get a discount, through last minute.
Yeah.
Is dynamic pricing something that you've looked at?
So dynamic pricing has been there, in car rentals since almost a decade now, and there are many tools. They have been there, and people are using, those tactics, right?
Yes.
But I'll tell you the funniest thing about car rentals online.
Yeah.
So you want to be on top of the page.
Mm-hmm.
So when someone is searching on Booking.com or rental cars, or Discover cars, when they search, they want to see right on top this car, right?
Yeah.
But something has changed post COVID-19.
Mm-hmm.
So post-COVID, the prices were very high. So the same car that you will get for £20 a day, it was being sold for £80 a day.
Wow. Yeah.
Or £90 a day, and people were paying because supply and demand. Demand was very high.
Yes.
Post-COVID travel, but supply wasn't there because of the chip shortage.
Mm-hmm.
Vehicles were not there, were not being delivered on time, and there are so many other reasons.
Yeah.
But the market requires correction, right?
Mm-hmm.
You will not buy a bread for £100.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, that's it.
Just because if you can afford it, if it will not just work with your mind.
Yeah.
You'll be like, what? £100 for a bread? I'll do something else.
Yeah.
Is that right? But some people say, if you can buy a bread for £100, why not buy it?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I believe in correction. I come from the correction. I come from the very deep economics background.
Yes.
I believe in market correction.
Yes.
And now market is being corrected, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now what is happening? Service takes the upper hand.
Yes.
Because many car renters understand now that if the price is too low and too good to be true, it actually is.
Yeah.
So what happens is you'll see €3 per day. Okay, €3 per day. Wow, very nice. And you book the car. When you reach the counter, you realize that you have to pay for insurance. You have to pay for this and that.
Yeah.
You have to pay for the bells and whistles.
Yes.
That was not the part of the deal, right? And you're like, oh wow, so that's why it was €3 per day. I understand.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what we play on is fair pricing, fair customer service.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. So we're not cheap.
Yes.
Right. I will not say that we are the cheapest. Right. But we really play very high on customer service.
Fantastic.
Right. And every 14 minutes we have a booking on our platform.
Wow.
Right.
Wow. Yeah.
So, and this gap is coming down very quickly.
Coming down.
Right.
Excellent.
So we play on customer service. Right.
Yes.
And then of course we work on fair pricing.
Yeah.
We are somewhere in the middle on most of the locations. Sometimes also number one.
Yeah.
But customer service is not compromised.
So do you take, let's say, a bundle approach to pricing as opposed to, go in with the lowest and then add ancillary after ancillary?
So there are some tools, where that you can use based on AI to get your own dynamic pricing, right? So they'll show you what other competitors are selling, let's say at London Heathrow for this week or the week after, or the week after, and you can see, oh, great, so I am ranked in the middle. Understand why am I ranked in the middle? Can I do something better? Let's go on. Let's say the top 2 listings, right?
Yes.
And
yes.
and that happens, right? So what we do is we are looking at the cars that are very hot. Let's say economy cars.
Yes.
And the cars that are not going out, like the mid range, for example, right? So bottom line about any business, any car hire business is putting those cars on the road.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And to put the cars on the road, you have to look at which model is getting the highest demand.
Yes.
That I'm going to be out of stock very soon.
Yeah.
Right. And then you can play with the pricing.
That's right.
So our pricing is basically literally based on market sentiment.
Yes.
Plus my own popularity. Which model is more popular?
Yeah.
Then which model is unpopular? Because the idea is to make every car popular, right?
Indeed.
So it's based on that.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, look, Ammar, you've done a great introduction into Finalrentals, and the fact that you're allowing your franchise partners to distribute online, to sell via meta search engines, and you're giving them all of the tools that are required in order to do that, from the CRM, for example, to the ability to look at different insights so that they can make better decisions. I'd love to move on and discuss your roadmap, but just want to check if there's anything that we may have missed about Finalrentals.
Yeah, absolutely. So I want to add just one interesting thing, right?
Yeah.
So I have mentioned, right, that this industry is worth $120 billion, more or less. Even more interesting fact is 26% of the car renters, among all car renters, are the first-time car renters.
Okay, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And 18% of them never come back.
Wow, yeah.
Because of bad customer service, horrible customer service,
yeah.
However you want to put it, misunderstanding at the counter, right? So that means we are losing $18 billion a year.
Yeah, it's huge.
In the name of, oh, it happens.
Yes.
It's bad customer service.
Yeah.
Oh, we cannot make every customer happy. So I come from a background where I see Amazon, and you can take many things from Amazon. One thing that you can take from Amazon is that they are a customer-centric company.
Yes.
You want to return something, you give it back. Nobody will ask you why.
That's right.
That's why, right? So we take the same mentality into car rental. It is not easy, by the way, because here you are putting 1.5 tons on the road.
Yeah.
The car. It's not easy. But I'm building this thought process, or let's say thought leadership, that I want my partners to understand that if you want repeat business, again and again, repeat business, if you want referrals, if you want word of mouth, if you want to beat that page 1 listing,
yes,
the only way to beat that is you make your customers happy.
Indeed.
And even when you're not able to deliver the car, it is possible, right? Make sure that they know why they cannot get the car.
Yes.
You can't get the car because your license is not acceptable in this country. Here it is mentioned. Confusion happens. We are sorry.
Yes.
Because what happens is customer is upset because he is uninformed.
Yeah.
He will like, oh, but how come I didn't know that?
Yeah.
Right? And please tell me why. And you're, as human beings, we're able to accept no.
Yeah.
But we need information. And that is where we come in as a company, as Finalrentals, and we are building this culture of giving right to information to the customer. So even if something goes wrong, they will know exactly why it happened.
Yeah, fantastic. And I think, the customer centricity is very, very important.
Absolutely.
Explaining why and just doing the right thing by the customer.
Yeah.
It has a ripple effect.
Absolutely, it has.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, look, let's dive into the roadmap because, it sounds like it's been a busy 4 years so far.
Yeah.
What do you have planned over the next 12 months?
So it has been busy 4 years. But then don't forget we had COVID-19 times.
Yeah.
It was difficult to navigate those 9 months of no bookings.
Yes.
But that really helped us in a way think more about our brand, how we can expand globally.
Yeah.
In the last 12 months, we have added 17 countries into our network.
Incredible.
Right?
Yeah, incredible.
We have doubled our revenue.
Yes.
So for the next, let's say couple of years, my vision is to add 100 locations into our network.
Wow.
Right now, we have 32.
Yes.
So we are getting there.
Yeah.
Right? 100 locations, all franchised, 100% branded, quality controlled, right, within our ecosystem, with the same mindset, right? That's my vision.
Yeah.
I mean, I can say I can have 200 locations, but 100 locations is because I want to make sure that every location that we have, they buy into the philosophy of Finalrentals.
Yes.
The vision and mission of Finalrentals. So those 100 franchises will be like McDonald's.
Yeah, that's it.
Same style, same brand, design, same philosophy, same kind of people with a good smile and say, hi, how are you doing? How was the flight?
Yes.
Have you been there? All those things.
Yeah.
They're a part of our ecosystem,
that's
right?
It.
So 100 locations, in the next couple of years, we raise funds, double our team.
Yes.
Base everybody in Cardiff. Love working from Wales. And then see how it goes.
Yeah, fantastic. And look, I think one of the real keys to success there when it comes to scaling from 30 to 100, for example, it's just about nailing that process.
Yes,
and then
absolutely.
making sure you can automate in order to scale.
100%.
Yeah.
Yes. Process is the most important aspect here, right? And it should be repeatable.
Yes.
Right. And if it is repeatable, then nobody can stop you, from growing, around the world. Maybe countries will have different rules on taxation. There will be small differences for sure.
Yes.
But if your process is robust and it's repeatable, I think there's a huge, chance, let's say for any startup who can nail this, like you said, very, very rightly. And I think we are getting there and we already have quite repeatable process.
Yes.
But we are also flexible. Still early, I would say. 31 countries, including the small islands of Caribbean and all those places, right?
Yeah.
So I think yes, we are on course, and we can definitely make this happen. Bringing 100 countries.
Yeah, indeed. Well, we should do a celebratory episode once you hit that milestone because it'll be huge. A quick one about the application then. Given that you're in so many different countries, is it localized into the local languages or do you keep it in English? How does that work?
So because I come from Dubai and we also have Saudi in our application. So far we have been able to unlock English and Arabic.
Okay, nice.
But in future we are also working on Spanish, Portuguese and Italian.
Okay, yeah.
And then we'll go further and bring in the French language also.
Yes.
But so far we have 2 languages.
Excellent. And it's the topic of this year, ChatGPT. How has that impacted your business or the car rental sector? And do you think that it will have a big impact?
So when you talk about ChatGPT, right? So people talk about ChatGPT in 2 aspects.
Mm-hmm.
One is they really know what it can do for their business.
Yes.
Second is they use it just because it's cool to chat about ChatGPT, right?
Yeah.
I see AI from a very practical perspective because I'm also coming from a tech background.
Yes.
I understand these things and technologies.
Yes.
We do a lot of internal R&D and even before ChatGPT we were working on our own language model to build our own chatbot called Excel.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So I see huge potential with ChatGPT in terms of content creation.
Yes.
We also use ChatGPT already in terms of content creation.
Fantastic.
We also use generative AI in terms of creating our graphic designs and demonstrations. We also use Midjourney already to imagine the places, locations, how they will look with our brand.
Nice.
So we were using it even before the Chat GPT, right?
Yeah.
But when Chat GPT came, I was like, this is brilliant. We can now use this also in terms of improving our content.
Yeah.
The question is how AI will play a role in car rental. I think AI has a big role to play.
Yes.
It can help in automation. AI itself is not automation. Automation is more of a manual process to make it automatic.
Yeah.
But AI can help with decisions. For example, verifying documents of the customer, online check-in for the customer, unlock the car and lock the car when the rental is over, and all those things.
Yes.
AI has a huge role to play. Damage sensing. So there are companies right now who are doing a lot of R&D in terms of vehicle damage sensing.
Yeah.
In 100%, there are applications, but they're not 100%.
Yeah.
But I'm talking 100%, damage sensing where
when
before and
they're
after
using a camera,
absolutely,
and such.
before and after, and it is 100% accurate.
Yes.
Right.
Incredible.
So all those things is happening, in our industry, and AI has huge role to play. It hasn't been unlocked to even 5%, right? But now, one thing that Chat GPT has done, for the world of computing and AI is, it has brought that topic to the dinner table.
Yeah, indeed.
Right.
Indeed.
Before AI was, AI, I don't understand AI, right? Now anybody can just talk about it and say, yes, I get your point, how powerful it is. That's why the prime ministers, the federations, the regulators are talking about it, because now they get it.
Yes.
Before, for them, AI was job of a tech guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't understand this, right? But now you'll see that we're talking about AI regulation. We're talking about the pros and cons, like what will happen next, how big it will become, right?
Yeah.
So Chat GPT has done a huge favor to us.
That's right.
As tech community and as a world overall. But we have to understand that still, we have to understand, in the end, what is done by human is done by human. Simple as that, right?
Yes, yeah. But you're right in terms of Chat GPT has democratized that conversation. So it's a very good point.
Yeah, absolutely. Because even my father, he was talking about, so what will happen in the next 10 years? What will happen with with this AI?
Yes.
And he never really talked about that before.
That's right.
It's because he saw these YouTube videos on Chat GPT. Chat GPT is coming, Chat GPT 4. Yes. And then you remember the Terminator 3, machines talking with each other. Indeed. And doing all the horrible things.
Yeah.
So people imagine those things and they're like, wow, so that was actually real, right? So that's why we talk about regulation, of this AI, and I would say open AI, has done an incredible job in making AI really open.
Yes, yeah, that's it. Yeah, I love it. Even though it's a bit punny, it's there. Fantastic. It's been great to talk a lot about Finalrentals today, and including the point now on AI. Yeah. I was wondering whether you might be able to share your top 3 takeaways just for the audience who are predominantly founders and operators.
So top 3 takeaways, this is for the founders. Okay. So I am doing my own business. It's been almost 18 years now. And there were moments when you were like, I'm better off doing a job.
Yeah.
It's not for me, or it was difficult to buy a hot dog or fuel my car. I had to choose which one.
Yes.
Which way to go. It was difficult, right?
Yeah.
So as a founder, one thing that is very important that you understand, you have to find your purpose. A lot of people ask me, how should we find our purpose? What is a purpose?
Yeah.
After all, right? So I have a very simple mantra about this. See, the thing is, we come to this world and we use things made by others, other human beings. So we're just like us.
Yes.
Have the same body, same eyes, hands, and everything. We are now using this mic. This mic is made by somebody else.
Yes.
Right? But I'm using this to let people hear my voice, which is brilliant, right? Someone has left a legacy, right? So what are you doing that will leave a legacy?
Yes. Yeah.
That someone will use your thing that you have created.
Yes.
Right? If you are able to unlock that, that's your purpose.
Yeah, fantastic.
Right? So when you are not there, people will talk about Finalrentals and say, there was a guy, who started this company, Finalrentals, 100 years ago.
Yeah.
Like how we talk about J.D. Rockefeller.
Yes.
Or J.P. Morgan.
Yes.
Or Ford. We remember them, right? As
That's
innovators, creators.
Yeah.
Even before the electronic era.
That's right.
These guys have left a mark.
Yeah.
Right? So what is, as a founder, if you think that you're a founder, as a founder, what is your mark to the world?
Mm-hmm.
Like what? So first is purpose. Second thing is identity, right? So remember, my identity is I'm the founder and CEO of Finalrentals.
Yes.
Without this, I'm nothing.
Yeah.
This is my identity. This is how I introduce myself.
Yes.
And then it brings up plethora of all the work we have done. 32 countries, 17 people working.
Yeah.
You have raised these funds and all this. All that comes later.
Yes.
My identity is Finalrentals. So wear your identity like you wear your passport.
Indeed.
Right?
Indeed.
You have to own it 100%. This is what you are.
Yeah.
Right? And you can't detach it.
Yes. Yes.
This is what you are. This is who I am. I'm Finalrentals. That's my identity.
Yeah.
Right? So purpose and identity, if you wear it, there's no chance that you'll fail.
Yeah. Yeah.
And these things don't make sense on paper.
Yeah.
So some founders, Steve Jobs used to say some companies are successful only because they continued.
Yes, that's right. So
They had the power to sweat more.
So
Sweat just a little bit more, just sweat a little more. And that's it. You're successful.
That's it.
Right?
You got to reach the finish line.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Just before the finish line, you're like, oh, I'm done. No, this is not for me.
Yeah, that's
but
right.
imagine if you just stayed in there for just a little bit more in that industry, and you could have unlocked something else.
Indeed.
Right.
Indeed.
So just stay in there.
Yes.
It's a test match. It's not a T20.
That's right. That's right.
Test match. You have to apply yourself long enough. You have to bowl in the right areas long enough to get a breakthrough.
Yes.
It will not happen in just 1 over, right?
That's right.
And it's funny because success feels like it's overnight. It's not. It has so many flying hours, right?
Yeah.
That's how it is.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Rome wasn't built in a day.
Absolutely.
Neither were the best businesses.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
And today we talk about Starbucks. Born in 1971.
Yes.
In the first 5 years, it was only available in 100 stores.
Yeah.
Right. Then the next 5 years, 10,000 stores.
Yes.
Then the next 5 years, now it's in 18,000 stores.
Yeah, incredible.
This is just an example, right? Apple, from 1980s to up till 1998, even 2004, they had 9,000 employees.
Yeah.
Right, 9,000 employees. The moment they launched iPod, now they have 200,000 employees.
Yeah, incredible.
Something changed, right?
Incredible.
They remain, but there were so many times that we heard in the 90s, Apple is going bankrupt.
Yes.
Apple is going bankrupt. Apple is closing down.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So imagine, right? You just stay in the game long enough.
Yes.
And that will happen. And see, we are in the post-COVID world, right?
Yes.
So there is no mantra about failing fast.
No.
If you are planning to fail fast, you will fail. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Find me one company that said, I was running my company as, failing fast.
Yeah.
And I'm successful.
Yeah.
Find me one startup.
Yeah.
That says we were running it. We ran it like failing fast. We'll fail fast, right? And look at us. We are now a unicorn. Find me one. You will not find one.
Yes. Yeah.
If you want to fail fast, you will fail. Simple as that.
Yes. Yeah. No, you just gotta learn and apply the learnings.
Absolutely.
and follow the data.
Absolutely, sir.
Yeah. Fantastic. Ammar, thank you so much for joining me today.
It is my pleasure. It's
been fantastic.
It has been a brilliant conversation. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, you're most welcome. Good luck hitting the 100 country milestone. The invite is here for a celebratory podcast once you hit that KPI.
Yeah, fingers crossed, and I hope it will happen at your 100th episode, maybe.
Yeah, indeed. Let's see. Fantastic. Thanks again, Ammar.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.